It's just finished. Chelsea 2, RB Salzburg 1 over in Austria. And what an intense game that was. The Blues have secured qualification for the last 16, and they actually end up winning the group as well. Wouldn't have said that after the first two games. I thought some of the football we played tonight was outstanding, particularly in that first half. We played some really nice stuff. I thought it was a bit of a slow start to the game. I felt that we struggled a little bit not having conventional wing backs. For Pulisic and Sterling struggled to get into the game in the early parts of the first half. Kovacic and Gallagher having to do a lot of cover defensively for them. But, first 20 minutes, there were no shots on target. But once we got into our stride and, we get a goal out of nothing, completely against the run of play, didn't really deserve it, I suppose you could say. But kind of Havertz on the ball in the box, it kind of breaks to Kovacic, and it's an outstanding strike. It really is to send that ball into the top corner. And he only seems to deal in worldies. This guy doesn't score average goals, and it was a superb strike, great technique. And then from that point onwards, we just grew into the game, and we started playing some unbelievable football, a really, really nice move. That started with Kepa at the back, a few passes between Chalobah and Jorginho. And Havertz is in down the left-hand side, and then he plays it across to Aubameyang, who should do better. I'd say the only disappointment on the night for me was the fact that we didn't take our chances in the first half. That game should have been put to bed in the first half. We should have been 2 or 3 up at half time, and that's game done. And unfortunately, what typical Chelsea, and it's haunted us for many times. We've seen it many, many times before. Half-time was really the worst thing to come for us because kind of it killed the momentum dead. You're almost starting again. And it was a really, really sloppy start to that second half. And within sort of 3-4 minutes, we were level and again punished for not taking our chances. Thiago Silva, who I thought had a superb game, his only blemish tonight was the fact that he was kind of at fault for that goal. He runs up the pitch high, and if you're going to run out high, come out of position to around the halfway line, you've got to win the ball. He doesn't win the ball, and Salzburg work it really well. And to be fair, it is a lovely finish. But I was really, really impressed with the football in the first half. In terms of sort of the lineup as well, there was rotation. Potter said as much after the game at United that the players who weren't involved so much in that game would have been starting. So I was pleased to see Pulisic start, pleased to see Conor Gallagher get an opportunity as well. And it looked like we kind of set up with a 3-5-2, and I really like the look of it. I felt Christian Pulisic played really well tonight, and despite being in that sort of wing back position, he gets the assist for the winning goal. And I thought he had a good game. He looked strong on the ball. His dribbling was good, and he really does deserve a bit of a run in the side now. I mean, hopefully he can continue to start games. So I thought he took the opportunity tonight that he was given and shown that he can be important to this Chelsea side and that he does deserve opportunities going forward. But I mean, talk about goals in a game. I mean, three goals tonight, obviously 2 for us, one for Salzburg, of the highest quality possible. And when it went to 1-1, I was a little bit concerned. I was thinking, oh, Jesus, here we go. It's an intimidating ground. The crowd are up. Salzburg have got, wind in their sails, and they're ready to try and give this another go. But we managed somehow to dig it out. And the second goal is superb from Kai Havertz. Now, I've been very critical of Kai Havertz, and this goal doesn't mean the last 18 months didn't happen. It doesn't mean that at all. He has to improve, and hopefully tonight can be a building block. But he just showed with that goal a glimpse of the quality that he's got. The touch from the Pulisic pass sets it up, and it's an unbelievable strike into that top corner coming off the underside of the bar. And we've seen it for Germany, particularly in that game against England where he scored that strike from outside the box, that he has got that in his locker, but he doesn't shoot anywhere near enough on site for Chelsea. Now, let's hope that he can kind of push on from here and improve, because there is undoubted ability there, but we don't see it on a consistent enough basis. And I've seen people saying that, we shouldn't be slandering him. Like, absolutely, we should have been. The performances have not been good enough for someone that's our second most expensive signing ever. And we need more. The quality's there. We need to see it more often. And tonight I felt he was good. The goal was fantastic and a really, really great strike. And hopefully he can take confidence from that and move forwards, because he's got the ability, and he's got the ability to be a key player, but he's not delivered it at all over the past 18 months. So hopefully he can kind of kick on from that, and we could see something better from Kai Havertz on a more consistent basis. But I was pleased with him tonight. I was looking for something from him tonight. He didn't play against United at all. Tonight was a big night for him, and he stepped up when we needed him, like he so often has in big games and big moments. So I really do hope that he can push on from there. But in terms of kind of other standout performers, I thought that Conor Gallagher was superb tonight in the midfield. Didn't play against United either. Came off early against Brentford because he felt sick. I thought it was really good tonight. And the way that he runs around the pitch, he gets about the energy, how he dives in, he gets amongst it. And he's good on the ball as well. And that energy and intensity is really, really important and shouldn't be overlooked or undervalued. I thought he had a really good game tonight. He didn't look out of place at all in the centre of the park. And I was really pleased with his performance. And again, it's another big confidence boost to him. The managers trusted him in a big game. And I think he's come through that one with flying colours. Really impressed with him. And, he's come on so far since that game away at Leeds where people were kind of writing him off after one match. He's really pushed on. Now he's playing in he's playing in a position more suited to him. And the manager's getting the best out of him. So long may that continue. But it was a tricky night tonight. I mean, it was always going to be a difficult game. There's Salzburg kind of unbeaten in 40 odd games at home. So to go there and get the win is really impressive. And I probably think this is the best performance of the Graham Potter reign, bar the kind of first 4 or 5 minutes of that second half where we were sloppy and we let in the equaliser. I thought we showed all assets of our game, that we can play really nice football, that we can dig in, that we can see a result out. I was really pleased. And, yes, the Milan games were great, but I think this one was actually better in terms of the fact that this was tougher. We had to dig in. We had to show all the quality of our game, all aspects of the game. And I think we came through this test with flying colours. And, it's another win. It's another game unbeaten for Graham Potter. And I think we are starting to build some momentum now. I just wanted to touch on Kepa as well. I felt tonight, he's kept us in games. He's been superb since he's come in. I felt tonight there were a few things that weren't so good. And if he continues doing them, then it could eventually end up costing us. A couple of times distribution was really poor. And also he doesn't command the box that well. On a number of occasions, he came out for crosses and missed them. And luckily we weren't punished. One notably with Thiago Silva. Excellent positional play to clear the ball when Kepa kind of comes for a cross and misses it. So that's kind of an area of his game that he needs to work on, commanding his box more. And although his distribution is very good, it was a little bit sloppy tonight. So look, by no means critical of him, but just a couple of things that I sort of picked up and noticed from him tonight. But all in all, a really, really good performance. Defensively solid. Trevor Chalobah outstanding again tonight. Thought it was really, really good. And the record continues that he's never lost a game that he started for Chelsea. So, I wonder how long that one's going to go on for. But really impressive performances all over the park tonight. As I said, the only downside was the fact that we missed a number of clear-cut opportunities, and against perhaps better opposition, no disrespect to Salzburg, those could come back to bite us in the arse. Luckily, it didn't tonight. But in future, that's something we've got to work on. Is being more clinical in front of goal. I thought Aubameyang would have scored. I know Havertz did score, but he had a great header that he should have tucked away, considering he is pretty good in the air. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. 2 fantastic strikes, the best football of Graham Potter's reign so far, and we move on to Brighton on the weekend, and hopefully we can get another win under the belts and keep this unbeaten run going. But yeah, really pleased tonight. Brighton this weekend. Let's have it. Up the Chelsea.